going on, my happy people? Welcome back. So I got some new additions to show off to you guys. It's been pretty stressful for me lately, so this is kind of like retail therapy for me. You know, some people like to buy fancy clothes, fancy cars. Mamee, he wants to buy fancy trees. All right, so here is the first one that I want to show off to you guys. This is known as the Mamee apple. Okay, you guys can look at that. Now the Mamee apple, it may sound very similar. The fruit will probably look very similar to the Mamee sapote, which is this guy in the back right here, but they are totally, definitely not from the same family. Okay, this guy is known as the Mamee americana. This is Poteria sapota, so totally unrelated, but I had to get this one because I mean it's pretty darn rare, guys. You're not gonna be able to find this, and you guys are probably gonna be wondering, where did I get this one? This one I got from Julie's Tropical. So when I was there, I think there was about 7 or 8 of them left. So if you guys are interested in getting one, you know, just go there. And I also got, let me see if I can show you guys this right over here. This is the free shampoo, guys. You guys already know that I got the burgundy deep red one. This one is more of a light pinkish color, so I had to have this one too. And then the last one that I'm adding on, guys, okay, you guys are gonna get a chuckle out of this. I bought a Jaboticaba. Yeah, and the reason why I bought this, guys, because to me it felt like it was a steal. It really is a steal. Let me see if I can get like a size comparison for you guys, so you guys can understand why I bought this. Yeah, let me see if I can zoom out a little bit and stand in here so that you guys can see how tall it is. So I'm about like 5'7", guys. Okay, and I want you guys to see how tall this one is. So yeah, it's about my chest, up to my chest, guys. It is in a 7-gallon, and I got it for 90 bucks, guys. 90. And if you have ever grown a Jaboticaba, even from a seedling, guys, you will understand why this tree is an absolute steal for 90 bucks. I mean, this guy is at fruiting size. It's definitely at fruiting size, and I have not been able to get any of my trees to fruit yet. So I'm probably gonna do some trimming and hope that it will fruit, because this is definitely a fruiting size already. So that is why I had to buy another Jaboticaba, even though I have a lot of reds already, but they are nowhere near the size of this one. Yeah, but I'm probably gonna title this, I wanted to title this video, how to pick out a tree. Whenever you're going, you know, shopping at the nursery, how do you pick out the best tree? You know, this is how I usually do it. And I should have recorded this while I was there at Julie's, but I forgot my phone, and I forgot my GoPro as well, so I couldn't record anything while I was in there. But this is how I go about picking out the best tree, guys. I usually just use 3 simple methods whenever I'm picking out a tree at the nursery. Okay, so first of all, I usually, we tend to pick out the tallest tree, right? Because the taller they are, the better they are. That's how I usually first started out, but now I don't start out with that method anymore, because the taller they are, the more flimsy they'll get, guys. So I don't usually pick the tall one anymore. I usually pick the one with the biggest trunk. Okay, if they have the biggest, fattest trunk down here, that's the one that I'm usually gonna go for, because they usually have that means that it's like a really good rootstock. And as you can see, this one is grafted, so if they have a good rootstock, it will be able to feed the scion and keep the tree healthy. So that's why I usually look for the biggest and thickest trunk, because that means that the rootstock is really good and it's going to be able to feed and make the tree grow really strong later on down the road. So that is my first step 1 that I usually look for. Step 2 that I usually look for are, not anything that's tall, but usually something that's branching out, like a fork. It can be either a fork, 3-way, or 2-way. It doesn't really matter, as long as there is growth splitting out. I don't like trees that usually just split up, like this one, for example. Oh wait, this one's splitting out. That one's a bad example. But yeah, usually if you see a tree shoot up straight like that, that's what I usually try to avoid, because in the long run you want your tree to be very stable, so it needs to branch out, so that whenever hurricane season comes, even when the wind is like bouncing it back and forth, it will have more stabilization. But if it's just standing straight up, the wind will tend to knock it down a lot more easier. So that's the second one that I usually look for. Whenever there's 2 prongs sticking out or 3 branches sticking out, that's the one that I usually will tend to go for more stabilization, more growth. So that's the second thing that I usually look for. The third one that I will usually look for are these little buds right here. If they are pushing out new bud, that means it's a healthy tree. So if you ever see any buds coming out, try to pick those, especially with this tree Chompoo right here. You notice how it's like pushing out new flush? That's the third thing that I will usually look for, because that means the tree is healthy, it's being able to push out new growth, and that's the tree that I want to take home with me. Same with this red Jaboticaba right here. It's just pushing out new flush. So that's the third thing that I usually look for. And the fourth thing that I usually look for, this one is really not that important. I mean, usually it doesn't really show up if you're buying from a nursery, but if you're buying from like I don't know, like a local mom and pop kind of a nursery where they run their own business, there tends to be like, little crawly ants or a lot of random stuff that could be in the soil. So usually what I do is I will inspect the soil as well to see if there's any, nasty stuff. You never know, there's kind of like any kind of disease down there. So usually I just look for the soil. So that's the last step that I will look. Just look for the soil. Look if there's anything underneath that you don't want. But yeah, those are the 4 main steps that I usually look for when I'm going out into the nursery and I'm shopping for tree, guys. One with the fattest trunk down here with the rootstock. Two is that it has to be, you know, pushing out different growth, like branches. The more branches they have, the more stabilization the tree will have. Plus, in the long run, if you have a small backyard, usually it's better if you keep the tree at a smaller size. So the more you trim it, more, you know, forks coming out, the better it will be. And then the third one is you know, new growth. Fourth one, just check for the soil. I'm not sure if I'm missing anything else, but usually that's what I look for. Don't, you know, those four main things. Those are the four things that I usually look for whenever I go shopping at my local nursery. Yeah, but that is about all that I have, guys, for you know, this update. Don't have really much else to report back to you guys about, except for two more things. Just gonna go over two more things with you guys. These are just you know, exciting stuff that's popping out. So hope you guys enjoy this one. Okay, here we go, guys. This is the Jaboticaba. Lots and lots of growth, guys. A lot of them are taking. This here's the Coronata, brown white. Look at that Bronco white. This one is going crazy right here. That's gonna look beautiful. This is the Branca Vino of Otto Anderson. This is Branca Mel. Notice how it's very different from the Bronco white up here. The leaf is very curved at the bottom. Yeah, and then the last one that I want to report back to you guys, that's just kind of blew my mind away, guys. It just really blew my mind away. Is this right here, this tiny little scion. If you guys don't recognize what it is, I will tell you. This is known as the Annona purpurea, aka the Sankoya. It's grafted, guys, and I grafted onto a Rollinia deliciosa, aka Annona mucosa. So if you're ever interested in grafting, know that you can graft it onto a Rollinia. Next step, or next year, I'm gonna try to graft this onto a Cherimoya or Atamoya rootstock to see if I can graft it. But it is just crazy that I can actually do this right here. Annona Sankoya right here, Annona mucosa, Rollinia right over here. Yeah, so that is all that I have to report back to you guys. Hope you guys are doing well. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Take care, guys.